Pray for me.
Pray for Mason. He's going to have steam coming out of his ears. It's going to be great.
Hey, for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. We're glad that you're here. Let us tell you a little bit about what we're trying to do. We're trying to unpack. As the title says, we try and take things out of that suitcase that maybe we've been carrying around for a long time and examine and decide how we can downsize or upsize or get rid of or whatever so that we are more mindful in what we're carrying around. That's really what we're trying to do.
It's actually really funny. So my daughter, Katie, she is 14, and we just got back from a trip to Orlando. So I went to Orlando with a friend and had some fun with a friend, and then I did some continued education stuff. And then my teenagers, my 16-year-old and 14-year-old flew out with me, and we went to Universal Studios and Adventure Islands, Universal's Islands of Adventure, that's what it's called, park, in Orlando in order to explore the Harry Potter land. So we got to explore Diagon Alley and we got to explore Hogsmeade in Orlando and had an absolute blast. And one of the interesting things is we were packing to come home, to fly home, the kids came into the room and Katie looked at me and said, "Mom, why are you shoving your dirty underwear into that glass cup?" And so what had happened is we went to this pirate dinner theater that was also phenomenal in Orlando. We had a great time.
I think we'd all like to know the answer to that question.
I know, right? I'm going to tell you a story about my dirty underwear in a souvenir cup. So we went to this Pirates thing and I ordered an alcoholic drink. And if you bought the souvenir cup, your refills were substantially discounted. And y'all, I just finished with Universal Studios. Talk about sensory overload. I was in the mood for an adult beverage or two, possibly even three, so that I could just not give a crap about all the buzzing in my head. My poor kids all struggle with some level. Well, not all of them. Hayden escaped, but my 14-year-old and my 11-year-old biological children both struggle with that sensory overload issue. They get that from me. Poor babies. So anyway, I bought the souvenir cup in order to get my adult beverages for a lot cheaper, because I'm telling you, when you're in Orlando, adult beverages are a lot more expensive than they are in Sarah's personal kitchen. So anyway, I was packing the cup and I stuffed my dirty underwear into the cup because it was a dirty cup. Because we got home late, I literally put it on the table, fell asleep, got up the next morning, we packed, we hopped on the airplane, and we flew home. And so I stuffed my dirty underwear inside the cup and then wrapped it in some like dirty pajamas so that way the glass would not break in my suitcase. And Katie looked at me like I was losing my mind, and she's like, "I would never, ever drink out of that cup again because, you know, now where has that stuff been?" She's giving me a hard time. And I looked at her and I said, "You know what? When we get home, we get to unpack, launder, clean, figure it out, and then the cup will be perfectly good." And she looked at me and she goes, "Mom, is this like some of your shrinky voodoo magical analogy shit that I'm supposed to like pick up some deeper lesson?" And I just smiled at her and I said, "Only if you want to take it that way, baby girl." And she rolled her eyes and stomped out of the room. So, you know, practical teenagers, typical teenage behavior. But yes, that is exactly what we're doing, y'all. We are pulling the dirty underwear out of the dirty cup, laundering both, and then re-examining what we're going to keep and what we're not going to keep. Mason, you were really cute this morning when you came in and you're like, "What do you want me to do with this cup thing?" I just put it in with the other adult beverage alcoholic cups that I have that I will probably never use again, but it looks cool.
It's memories, right?